Welcome to Souped Up Recipes. Today we're making a Chinese pastry. Inside is the wine, a sauté egg yolk with a layer of red bean and covered by flaky pastry dough, and the outside is so crispy. The shine looks so beautiful. It is a great Chinese dessert to eat with tea. So let's get started. To make this dessert, we need 2 different types of dough. Now, let's make the first one. I have 5 ounces of all-purpose flour, 2 ounces of water, 1 ounce of sugar, and 1.8 ounces of butter. You just combine them all together. Sugar, butter. No need to melt the butter, just like that is fine. Roll this for 10 minutes. At first, it will be a little messy. Don't worry. Just keep rolling it until you got something like this. It's really soft, smooth dough. Cover it with plastic. Let it sit for 40 minutes. We have 2 similar doughs. Going forward, I'm going to call this one the pastry dough. The pastry dough is been sitting for 40 minutes. Let's check it out. You pull it like this carefully. As you can see, it is really thin that you can almost see through your finger from it. That is how you know the dough is ready. Now, let's make the second type of dough. The second dough is very easy. 4.2 ounces of all-purpose flour and 2.3 ounces of butter. Just simply combine them together. Don't need to melt the butter. This is fine. Roll it for about 6 minutes until well combined. It should look like this. It's really smooth, but when you touch it, it's pretty fluffy. You can feel it. Going forward, I'm going to call this dough as the butter dough. Just let it sit for about 10 minutes. The amount I gave is enough for 16 pastries. So I divide these 2 types of dough into 16 equal pieces. Roll them into ball shape. Now that we are done with our dough, let's move on to the red bean paste. You can easily buy these from the supermarket in China, so you don't have to do so much work. For those who cannot buy it easily, I have a recipe for you. I soaked 1 cup of red beans in water the night before. This is how it looks like after 1 night. Put it in a pot and add some water. Bring this to a boil, then down to low heat, simmer it for 30 minutes. After 30 minutes simmering, you should get something like this. Use your spoon, press it down a little bit. You should be able to crush the red beans. That is how you know the red beans are ready. Then put this in a blender, blend it until smooth. My blender is not good quality, so it didn't come out as smooth as I want, but it doesn't affect the taste of this dessert. Transfer this back into the pot. Actually, it is better to use a non-stick pan because the red bean will stick to the bottom. But I didn't have a non-stick pan at that time. Add some sugar, depending on your taste. A little bit of vegetable oil so it will be less sticky when you use it. Then cook this on low heat just to dry out the water. This is what you are looking for. The water is almost gone and it becomes a sticky paste. Divide the red bean paste into 16 even pieces as well. I am not a big fan of red bean paste, but it helps balance out the sauteed egg yolk. If you had sauteed egg yolk before, then you know what I mean. When you eat it alone, the flavor is salty and savory. It's not bad, just very powerful. I guess you can say it is too rich to eat. The sweetness from the red bean paste is perfect to balance it out. The dough and the red bean paste are evenly divided. Next, we need to pre-bake the sauteed egg yolk. I am separating the yolk and the white. Sauteed egg yolk is a very common Chinese ingredient. You can find it in any Chinese market or grocery. For those who are not able to buy these, I have a video about how to make the sauteed egg yolk. It is super simple and requires only 3 ingredients. I will put the video link in the description so you can check that recipe. Put the sauteed egg yolk on the baking pan. Spread some strong, tasteless liquid on the surface of the egg yolk. Not so much, just a little touch to make it smell better. Put it in the middle of a 300 degrees Fahrenheit oven for 8 minutes. This is 8 minutes later. As you can see, part of the yolk fat is melting and it is bursting. This is my favorite part of cooking this recipe. It smells amazing. Now that everything is ready, let's make the pastries. First, we need to fold 2 types of dough together to get flaky skin. Flatten the pastry dough and use it to wrap the butter dough. Just like that. Pinch the end to close it. Roll it a little bit, then flatten it with your hands. Then use the rolling pin to roll it into a tongue shape. Fold it from one side. The end face up. Flatten it a little bit. Then use rolling pin, roll it again. Again, fold it from one side. Press it down. Roll it into thick pieces. By mixing these 2 types of dough together like that, you are creating a crispy, flaky wrapper. I just want you to get a closer look. There are some thin layers that is almost coming off. That is the sign of a good, delicious pastry. Next, wrap the egg yolk with the red bean paste. This requires a bit of patience because homemade bean paste is not easy to handle. Oops, the other side cracked a little bit, but it's okay. Wrap it with the skin that we made before. Just simply lift the edge together and pinch it to close the pastry. Then put the smooth side up. Shape it with your hand so it looks nicer. I just want to quickly explain the layer order again so you won't be confused. The outside layer is the pastry wrapper that we mixed 2 different types of dough together. The middle layer is the red bean paste. The inside is the sauteed egg yolk. Okay, once you finish wrapping all the pastries, place them on the baking pan with parchment paper and put a roasting rack under it so it will cook evenly. Before this goes into the oven, brush some freshly beaten egg yolk on the top. By doing this, the color will look much nicer. Last,
Sprinkle some sesame seeds on the top, just for a little more flavor and also for the presentation. Okay, now it's the final step. Bake the pastry. Preheat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Put the pastry in the middle of the oven. Bake it for 20 to 30 minutes. It depends on your oven. You will know it's done by the color. That's it! Prepare yourself for this delicious dim sum. Now it's the best moment. Let's check it out. Look how beautiful they are.
Let's cut one open. Look at that. This Chinese pastry has clear layer, which are so beautiful. Oh my god, the flavor is so incredible. It is sweet, salty, a little bit oily. The outside skin, it looks so smooth. But as soon as you put it in your mouth, it is so fluffy, it just falls apart before you even take a bite. An amazing snack you should try with tea. As always, check the description for all the ingredient amounts and the steps. Please give me a thumbs up. If you like Chinese food, subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss anything. And I want to see you next time.